All right, are we here? Yeah, we are. Okay, beautiful. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen who just joined. I am really sorry for that delay. Got some issues on the streamer side. But yeah, here we are with Germany versus Denmark. And yeah, the clients are a bit scuffed at the moment, so I don't want to watch. So far, while this is getting fixed, what has been happening? We are entering the round 5 stage, the last 3 matches of the Swiss stage overall, and only 3 teams will advance out of 6 that are playing. The first match is going to be Denmark versus Germany. Uh, yeah, Germany being the seed 3 team, Denmark being one of the lower seeded teams, but still made it all the way here. Germany banned AG2, Denmark banned DT2, and then the first map that was played, Denmark opted that Frima 2 option and unfortunately lost that. It was a break point which Germany won, and now Germany is trying to capitalize off that difference by picking that DT1, something they are really strong on. We saw that last time they played against United Kingdom yesterday. They got a whole lot of score, around 3.6 million if I recall correctly. That was pretty crazy from them. And yeah, they beat United Kingdom on that. So right now they are deciding to opt into that as well. And we are already seeing an insane performance from Theo with that FC. He's been traded right now by Pandaguin though. So it is a 1v1, but the support scores are on the side of Team Germany. Mankishiro and Yao are definitely supporting Theo really well right here. Though this performance, it is already a bit weaker than against the United Kingdom, but still they are holding really strong, really comfortable 250k score difference between the two, and we are only halfway into the map. And so Denmark, if they want at that breakpoint, they really need to hope for that, but no, this is exactly what they did not need to do. Pandaguin find that break, and this is your last FC gone out of the board. Germany, Yao does trade it, but you still have 2 players that are unmatched by anyone. It's Theo and Mankichiro, and they are here to strike once again, as they did on Frima too. And yeah, but at this point, you have 600k score difference, nothing you can do if you are Team Denmark, and that is gonna be the second point going for Team Germany, 2-0. Yep, once again, great performance from Germany. This is how you start your match, and they came prepared for this one. So yeah, now it is once again time for Denmark to secure their next pick. And what could it be? Because, you know, looking at Denmark, they are pretty strong when it comes to that to kind of control aspect and aim aspect as well. In their last match against France, they did really well. They won DT1 and Nomad 1 against them. But once again, you look at Germany, and Germany just destroyed you on that DT1 that was one of your stronger cards into this match. You have Nomad 1 left, but still, with Germany, they are pretty consistent. But even though they still lost that Nomad 1 against the United Kingdom yesterday. Therefore, they could try it because it worked for United Kingdom. So this is what is happening. But yeah, if anything, kind of the scoreboard should be 2-0, not 1-0, because we missed the first map. So if you could put the second, okay, perfect. Yep, and there we go. It is the Nomad 1 pick that we just predicted. This 3-minute map, around 210 BPM, a bit higher than your standard Nomad 1 BPM, but after all, it is your raw aim slot. exactly what you need for Denmark. One of the more accessible maps in the pool, even though it has a couple of bursts that are not so typical for Nomad 1, but after all, consistency is the name of the game right here. Nothing too gimmicky, nothing too outstanding, just your Nomad 1 that you are expecting to see. And yeah, we are seeing the lineups already in the lobby. And with this, I would say make sure you watch Losjon, as Losjon is one of the carries of Team Denmark. Really was the determining factor against France on those A maps. And yeah, this guy, one of the strongest determining players in 5EC. But of course, it's gonna be a really hard pill to swallow when you are fighting against Mankichiro and Yao and Korkin. Like all those three, they were in top 20 by individual stats. They're super strong players and very much experienced as well. So with this, it is 2-0, and Denmark is Denmark keeps trying to get their first point on the board. They lost one. They do not want to give another break point to Germany. If they want to stay alive and do their miracle run that they have already been pulling off, they got 2 wins and 2 losses. If they lose this one, it's gonna be the end of the story for them. And they're up against one of the strongest teams of the tournament. So best of luck, and with this we're starting off our Nomad 1, and we're gonna be opening it up with a bunch of breaks already. Bertel and Basic finding those tactical misses at the very beginning. Same thing goes for Yao. Not too shabby for both of the teams, as so far it's just the beginning. We're still here anticipating the first KI, waiting to see any breaks from the team. So far they built their very much respectable combos, but soon enough we will see some collapses here and there, and it's gonna be Denmark to actually drop in first blood. My Angel and Magus losing that full combo. Basic finding 2 breaks as well, and there's the burst and there's the aim, and once more we see a couple of breaks from them, while Germany is still holding really strong. Mankichiro though finding a break, that's not who you want to see missing. But regardless of that, it's right now a really tense situation. Rekinite and Yao against Losjon and Bertel. It is a 2v2. Other players just do not have combos. And those are just perfect mirror images of each other as we are finishing the first KI. And yep, so far, Denmark is on the tail of Germany. Germany seems to try and get another breakpoint. They have all the chances for that with Amogus and Basic finding those constant breaks. But Denmark does not want to give it up. Like, after all, it's their own pick. Lawson and Bertel, they know what they are doing. They know what needs to be done. They see the break. Everything is still on the table for them. You cannot give up at this point. You need to hope to see those breaks from Germany, at least 2 breaks, because those recoveries are also quite intimidating from Mankichiro and Korhin. They are doing really well at this point. So right now it's just the final stand. That last KI is something that will split the wall very decisively. And for Denmark, it's not looking so great with triple break actually. Now only Losjon being the last man standing, the last wall of the fortress. Every single other one has collapsed. He is still swinging, but it just doesn't matter as Germany, look at what they are doing. You only see a 500,000 score difference, and they are not stopping. They are making that score skyrocket even further and further. It's gonna break the edge of the screen at this point. And with this, a beautiful performance from them, and another tragedy for Team Denmark, as it's the second break point that they are losing, and Germany is securing the 3rd point on the board. A really strong start from them. And when you think about it, you have 3-0, and you just lost all the maps that you actually won against France. It, like, no one won in DT1 were the maps that you hoped to win, and you know you have some great hard hitters on these type of maps. but unfortunately just was really unlucky for Denmark. And right now they are left without their main weapon. And the worst part is that Germany actually now has the option to determine the next map, which they have a lot of options to pick from. Yeah, and I believe the map pool is a bit empty. Let me tell you real quick what just happened. So Germany banned HD2, then Denmark banned DT2, and after that we had a series of picks. Denmark picked Frima2 and no one won, and Germany picked DT1. So yeah, got a pretty interesting story. We can tell that Denmark doesn't really like tapping maps. Maybe Germany will try to pick something tapping heavy, but no, it's gonna be a completely different direction actually. The mod that has not been opened up so far into this match, it seems to me it is going to be HR1, which is vitamins, and this is, oh god, this is the longest map in the pool. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there we go. It is your kind of, it has a lot of skill sets, I would say, into it. Of course, your raw aim, mechanics, some slider aim here and there as well, some finger control. I mean, it's a melee song. What else would you expect? Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on, and consistency is going to be the name of the game here as well. After winning that No Mod 1 and DT1, you can make a conclusion that all those A maps, they are pretty much favorable for Team Germany, which they are going for, and they have all the guys they need for it. So yeah, that is another great challenge for Team Denmark. With each map, they're getting closer and closer to the void that is waiting for them, and they need to pull off some stellar performances in order to even start thinking about that comeback that they desperately need if they want to advance to the bracket stage. 5 teams have already advanced to the bracket stage, and the last 3 are getting determined today. And either Denmark or Germany will get that ticket. And so far, it seems that Germany is in a very good condition. And that makes sense. Last time against United Kingdom, it was a really tough battle. They were trading points all the time, and then at the very end, Germany could not win that No Mod 1, and seems like they have learned from their past mistakes. They're angry on that loss, and they are going hard on Team Denmark right now. So, as mentioned, one of the harder maps of the pool, especially considering the length of it, is gonna be really fascinating to see how Denmark performs. And I don't think we have seen Denmark play Hardox so far this weekend. Therefore, you have it, Hardock 1 being showcased by both of the teams, and we're gonna be starting off this map really slowly. But surely we already see that Germany has a slight accuracy advantage, like 99 from literally all the players, 99 and 98 across the board. While Denmark having a rough start, but still it's just the early days, you cannot make any conclusions. The first KI hasn't even started, and it's just the moment where both of the teams are building up their combos, with Lozjan actually finding that first break 100 combo earlier. And yeah, Germany building some lag room. There we are. Here's the build up to the first KI. And Denmark really needs to stand strong on this one, unless they want to see another point fade away from them. But this is not what you need to see. My Angel and Magus just finding a break on a very slow section. Are very unfortunate miss from them, and with this you already have a very bad situation. Germany having the upper hand, they have 4-way FC, while Denmark only has a 2-way, and Austrian is recovering. That is going to give a very distinctive early lead for Team Germany. If you are rooting for them, that is great for you. Managed Among Us finding another one. And there you go, Lozan Pandaguin also finding those breaks. While for Germany, it is only Yao dropping the first blood. You still have a whole lot of FCs, and you look at Bertel, the last FC just collapsed for the Danish side. That is not what you want to expect from them at the very beginning of the map. It's not even, we're only like 1/3 through, and you already see a colossal advantage, 300k for Team Germany. And as mentioned, there is a 3-way FC going that is super scary. And the worst part is that right now you have that slow section, which is basically free combo for Team Germany unless you let your guard down and miss on absolutely nothing. But that doesn't seem to be the case as of now. Germany just completely blown everybody out of the water. Yao, even the player who did not have that FC, is also recovering really well at this point. And overall, Yao and Malkish are being, the most active duo in all of those Germany's matches, being the most active players. So no doubt they're in for that map, and they're proven that they are supposed to be there. And they're already doubling the score of Team Denmark. What is this advantage? That score that Denmark has is not even getting minimalized. It's getting devoured by Team Germany. As we're approaching the last KI, already 500k scores across the board for Team Germany. And this is insanely mind-blowing. Like, what is this performance from all of them? This is a 6.4 star pool. You're not supposed to be that strong. This is some France level threat. France being the kings of hard rock in this tournament, and right now Germany is establishing that they are also worth of being noticed. Yao might go down, but that 3-way FC is holding super strong, while Denmark just covers and misses the entire side of the Danish roster. And there's nothing you can do. Look at that, 1.2 million score difference, holy. Like, I don't even know what to say. Every node looks preordinated, and every movement for the German players is effortless. They're playing like someone who has already won, because it is indeed going to be 4-0. They might find a couple of breaks, couple of chokes, but it doesn't quite matter with your double score of the other side. Malkichar being the last one who actually found that break right before the end, and such a tragic one. But still, what a performance from the entire roster of Team Germany. Bertel did really good though. Tried to counter them, got a top score for Team Denmark, but at this point, what can you even do if you're Team Denmark? It's 4-0, and Germany now securing their penultimate point. They need the last one. They are on match point. And at this point, you actually look at Denmark, you realize it's their pick. And there is a lot of pressure going on them right now, because they understand what situation they are in right now. It's not best of 11, it's best of 9 only, so you only need 5 points. And matches can end really fast when it's best of 9. It's not even been half an hour. Okay, no, it's exactly been half an hour, and still, you're already looking at Germany being one step away from securing that master class performance and securing their spot in the bracket stage. Well, Denmark, the last resort is going to be no mod 3. It is do or die right now. They are standing at the edge, and they will try to find that grip on no mod 3. One of the harder maps of the pool as well. Like, we saw a lot of upsets, we saw a lot of 8-way breaks on this one in the previous matches, because this one has a whole lot of, okay, not a whole lot of course, snap out and flow aim, but mainly it is going to be the div spike that you have in the middle of the map that doesn't have mercy on any of the even high-seeded teams. So I'm gonna be interesting how this one goes. And right now, Denmark, they need to remain cold-headed because at this point you understand that it is do or die for you. The nerves, they start building up, the pressure is boiling, and you do not want it overflow. And that is quite a situation to be in. Regardless of that, we're seeing good luck, have fun in chat. All of the Denmark players, they have one hope, and the hope is to get into that bracket stage. But so far, it seems like the chances are really low. So, Team Denmark, can you surprise us and get that insane performance against Germany on No Mod 3 and get your first point? And after that first point, if you manage to take it, you will have the gates open for a potential comeback. Because 1 point is all it takes to give that team morale boost. Exactly what you need. But even that 1 point is going to be insanely difficult to pull off against someone like Germany, a C3 team. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, let us take you to the No Mod 3, potentially the last map of the match. And so far, Denmark actually having a 4-way FC 300 combo in. The accuracy is also quite great on their side. And as soon as I mentioned that, you have a double break from Stealth and Pandaguin. The captain goes down, and Germany now has only one FC, but still really great support from Mankichu and Theo getting those tactical breaks as we're entering the first Kia, and Basic also goes down, but same goes for Mankichu and Theo. Actually, you only have Lost John against Yao. This is the 1v1 you needed. You even out the chances. Lost John is one of the strongest Danish players, being the carry for a lot of the maps, and now he's up against Yao, one of the most experienced German players as well. This is the battle that you have deserved to watch, as they both are just pulling this Kiai apart. The last obstacle for them is going to be the disc spike. Will either of them hit it? Anybody who hits that will mostly have that security of the point, which is about to start in around 10 seconds. We will see how this goes. But there we go with the build up to it, and Lost John is hitting the same as for Yao, but no, nobody stands proud of that pattern. They both missed, and the entire lobby got reset. Right now it's just 17k score difference. Nobody has a head start. The entire map got reset. It turned into a 1-minute rivalry between the two. The difference is close to 0, and that is just insane. You could feel the weight of any note at this point right now, at every single one. Drum goes silent. We are waiting for the first player to fall. This is your last moment where you can, kind of get your nerves more chill, because the last Kiai is gonna be that final stand that you need to take if you're Denmark, and you need that point so desperately. And there we go, 2 breaks from Basic and Panduin as we're entering that Kiai. Not what you want to see. Lost John and Stealth are holding strong, but Germany with a 4-way 300 combo, they are not letting that slide, though now they're finally letting some guard down. Theo finding that break, and that is better for Team Denmark, but still not enough. You need to see 2 more breaks. The lead is growing towards Team Germany. Who will blink first at this situation right now? It's 2v3. You need more breaks. Theo is breaking, but he's not the one who you want to. He's already lost his combo, and the other 3 are just not letting anything to slide. Germany staying unfazed even at the highest moments of pressure. It's 8 ranks, but only 4 of them will advance to the bracket stage. And those are the German players making it to top 8 of the 5EC Swiss stage, as Denmark will actually be eliminated, which is quite unfortunate. A C10 team being really close of getting there and getting a really strong opponent at the very end. I think they would have had chances if they got another opponent, because Denmark is by any means not a weak team. We saw many interesting matchups that Denmark had, but this one unfortunately was just not it for them. And with this has been the story of this match for Team Denmark. They can be pretty much proud they lived up to their seeding. They got C10, and the placement that they got in Swiss stage, in the entire tournament, is from top 9 to top 11. So this is exactly what you seeded for. So quite a great performance from Team Denmark, and overall being one of the stronger Swiss stage teams. But as we all saw, there's nothing you can do against a seed 3 team. And with this, Germany, they will shoot their shot at trying to repeat history that they did last year in 5EC, winning that first place. I'm really excited to see that, but for now, I do not think there is anything left to talk about, as this match is about to end. But we still have 2 more matches at 15 UTC and 17 UTC. At 15 UTC, you will have let me check real quick. At 15 UTC is going to be Czechia versus Finland, and at 17 is going to be Benelux versus Kazakhstan. 2 really spicy matchups. And the seedings are also quite close between all these 4 teams, so stay tuned and you will get a stream announcement at 15 and 17 UTCs. But for now, my name has been Philoxen. Ava, also known as Kaine, was your streamer for today, and Mr. Ronnie was ref in the match. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye bye.